It's time to get your geek on with Dave Gramillion.
Ah, yes. Welcome here, everyone. I am Dave Gramillion, and this is Get Your Geek On. This is the premier talk radio show for Star Wars, Star Trek, DC, Marvel, video gaming, really all things geek that have dominated this little world of ours. You see, geek is not what it was 20 or 30 years ago. Geek is in. Geek is very in. Geek is now the mainstream, and we are here to talk the latest and greatest that is geek right here on 9:30 a.m. The Answer Talk Radio and 930amtheanswer.com. This is Season 2, Episode number 35, and this evening we will talk about why my voice just sounds so tremendously low. Yes, unfortunately, I have been under the weather for the past couple of days. It's not the flu, at least I don't think. It's some type of a bug. And man, it has just kicked the crap out of me the last few nights. So I do apologize in advance if a cough occasionally comes through or if I got to, sniffle a little bit. But I will certainly be powering through all of this while trying very hard not to infect the two people that are around me. That'll be to my left, your right. As you look across the radio dial, you will see the man that has founded the Star Wars Society of San Antonio, the Grand Poobah, the Grand Admiral of the most Star Wars group in town, and that is our minion, Peter Gonzalez.
Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
What kind of an intro was that? I was expecting crickets or going to hyperspace, but it works. That's okay. I don't mind.
How you doing, Peter?
I'm doing great. I'm going to probably go out and grab some Grey Poupon after this.
There you go. Spread on some taco Donna.
No, you don't put mustard on taco Donna.
So you're a mayo guy then?
No.
You put mayo in your taco.
Salsa. Come on.
Salsa in your taco. Okay,
some salsa verde. So yeah.
Very cool. If you look further to my left, your right, across the radio dial, you will see the man spinning the ones and zeros. He is Goose.
Make it so.
Hello.
Goose, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
How
are
come
you?
you get to have the cool intro and I get Grey Poupon?
Because I pressed the buttons.
I can press buttons.
No, I just pressed your button.
Beside the phone.
And I press those buttons all the time.
You see, that's the benefit of being the producer of the show, is that you're in control of the soundboard.
Exactly.
So, oh goodness. Goose, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. This has been a very interesting week. And next week's going to be an even more interesting week around here.
Mm-hmm. Gentlemen, by any chance, did you happen to spy the very large box that came into the studio today?
I did.
Yes.
I did, actually.
That was nice.
Oh, my God. Let's talk about why there is an extraordinarily large box in our studio.
It's not a pony.
No, unfortunately, it's not a pony, but it is part of March Madness.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
No, that's the wrong one.
Okay, you didn't tell me that that's what's coming, so I don't.
My apologies there. Okay, all right. And that's
Hang
because
on.
it's part of March Madness.
There we go. That's
there we
better.
go. All right. Yes, March Madness is coming for the NCAA men and women's basketball tournament, but we also have our own. And last year, it was a lot of fun. We set up 64 characters, 16 DC, 16 Marvel, 16 Star Wars, and 16 video game characters, and they duke it out amongst themselves in the Final Four. Get to, duke it out in the see who goes on to the championship and see who the overall champion will be. Last year's tournament, the top prize was an Iron Man electronic helmet, brought to you by our friends over at Think Geek. We got also what they called a melee meal over at Laser Legend.
Yes.
Okay, so that was kind of fun. We also had a couple of statues that we gave away from DC, things of that nature. Well, this year, our prize pool is going to blow apart.
Talk about taking it up a notch.
Oh, my God. Laser Legend has joined in, and I have no problem announcing this. For the locals in San Antonio, you'll get a party at Laser Legend for 10 people. Party complete with pizza, free miniature golf, free laser tag, and a 30-minute unlimited arcade action.
See, especially when it comes to laser tag, there's probably something that's going to happen.
What would that be?
When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
Yeah, that always happens in a laser tag tournament.
Yeah.
So,
are we invited to the thing? Can they invite us?
We may stop by, but
okay,
but it's their party.
It's their party.
So we also have, in addition to Laser Legends, SeaWorld has come on board as a sponsor. Ooh. That's going to be sweet. SeaWorld is chipping in a couple of one-day passes to both their regular park and their water park. So
Nice.
you can have a full day out at SeaWorld. Not only that, but let's see. I have
How many tickets?
Just a pair.
Just a pair of tickets.
Yeah,
Okay.
a pair of tickets, so you can make a full day out of that over at SeaWorld, because their water park's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun out there. So Laser Legend, the Dallas Fuel Overwatch League team will be chipping in a team autographed jersey.
Sweet.
Nice.
The entire team shipping in this. I love that.
Now, of course, for Laser Legend and SeaWorld, you either have to be local or willing to travel.
That's true.
But for Dallas Fuel, we will take care of you.
Absolutely. Yeah, all the shipping is on our end, by the way. That's, we'll take care of that, and we do ship globally. We have shipped already to Ireland, the UK, and Canada, so no problem there. Also, Legion M is chipping in some T-shirts. We want to thank Legion M for chipping in some swag there. Night Watch Games is on board this year. This is their first year. And this is the big one. That big box back there that we're going to take pictures of and put up on the Facebook page. This enormous, I kid you not, it's got to be the size of this table. It's a huge box. Came in from HyperX.
Yes.
HyperX is chipping in a prize bundle, including a headset, gaming mouse, gaming keyboard, a hat, and a mouse pad.
So when I saw that, you know what I thought to myself?
What is that, Goose?
And it's real! It's real! Oh, God!
Now, I do have some feelers going out to some others as well, trying to see if they want to get in on this and chip in while they still can. So the prize pool may be larger than what we anticipated. I cannot rule that out. I cannot rule out that it will be even bigger than what we announced tonight. And I will keep all up to date. But you've got to go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/GYGO Radio. Make sure that we're being viewed in your news feed so you don't miss any announcements.
That's right.
This is going to be a fantastic prize bundle.
And don't forget to sign up for the latest and greatest at getyourgeekon.org as well, because that will be where we will actually have the tournament and the brackets and everything listed there. That's getyourgeekon.org.
You do have to subscribe to participate, so make sure that you get your sign-in, your login taken care of right there. So March Madness, I know it's early, but we're going to start to hopefully get the sign-ups taken care of. If not by the end of this weekend, then sometime next week, so that we can get this shindig on the road. Alrighty, some other news. Black Panther will be coming out next week, I believe on the 16th, so next Friday.
With preview screenings on Thursday, I'm sure.
However, I will be seeing it on Monday, courtesy of the connections that I've been able to acquire. So I want to thank the Levinson Group for that. I will see it on Monday and provide to you a spoiler-free review of the movie. Is it really as good as the hype indicates? I will be letting y'all know about that on Monday. Also, at the end of this month, I'll be flying up to Seattle to attend the Emerald City Comic-Con. That's going to be a lot of fun as well. Can't wait to head up to Seattle. Never been to the Pacific Northwest before. Hopefully the weather's a lot better than it's been down here, because the weather sucks down here right now. It's terrible.
Kind of like this up there, I think.
Have you not watched Frasier ever?
Yeah. Oh, the dad died this week.
John Mahoney.
No, yeah, it's
did
terrible.
you remember when at Star Trek's 30th anniversary they did a Frasier Voyager scene on the stage?
No, I missed
when
that
they
one.
did. When Paramount actually did it right for the 30 and did a special.
We're not talking about what they did lately, or not what they didn't do.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
I have to show you that clip sometime.
All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and let's kick off the show properly here, and let's talk some Star Wars news.
I'm looking forward to completing your training. In time, you will call me Master.
And this is brought to you by our friends over at Laser Legend. Laser Legend, a longtime sponsor of the show, but mostly we just really love going over there. We always have a good time when we're at Laser Legend. A great staff that is willing to help you out if you have any questions. Great party rooms are available. 2-floor laser tag arena, indoor miniature golf, and a 4,000 square foot video arcade. That's our friends over at Laser Legend. You need to ask them also when you go over there. You need to ask them about the Photon Torpedo.
Oh.
You need to have the Photon Torpedo. It's incredible. 2 all-beef hot dogs, brisket from Harmon's. Yes, Harmon's brisket. Also with chili and cheese wrapped up in a tortilla. It is tremendous, as is Laser Legend. You can find them over on the north side of San Antonio off of Loop 1604 and Lookout Road. Not quite to I-35, not quite to Rolling Oaks Mall, but kind of right there in the middle of it all. That's our friends over at Laser Legend. All right, so Lucasfilm has announced 2 new people are going to be writing and producing a new series of Star Wars films, separate from the Skywalker saga and separate from Rian Johnson's trilogy. And that is David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. If you're not, if those names aren't exactly tickling your funny bone and you're not sure who they are the co-creators of the adaptation of the Game of Thrones series on HBO. Now, George R.R. Martin wrote the series, but these guys adapted it over to television. Yeah.
People are going to die.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's going to be gruesome and horrifying and all that fun stuff. Now,
Wait, we already got that. Or we're going to get that in May.
Oh, yeah. Hold your horses. We'll get to the Han Solo movie. Don't worry about that.
I said gruesome and horrifying. You knew exactly what I was talking about.
Oh.
Now, the press release from StarWars.com said that, quote, their command of complex characters, depth of story, and richness of mythology will break new ground and boldly push Star Wars in ways I find incredibly exciting. That was actually the part that came from Kathleen Kennedy herself. Now, I'm really hoping that this doesn't push Star Wars into incest and spilled entrails.
Well, incest we already had.
Well, yeah, a little more hardcore than what George Lucas had imagined, I'm sure. So, Star Wars fanboys have always said they wanted a series that was darker and more violent. They wanted a Mandalorian series. They wanted an Old Republic series.
Knights of the Old Republic?
But
Yeah.
violent. They want violence. That's what they want. They want some gruesome, horrifying, just terrifying violence and darkness in some movies.
So just a quick question. I didn't mean to cut you off, though, but is this going to be like a separate trilogy, or they're just doing different movies?
This is going to be a separate trilogy.
Oh, okay, good.
Separate from the Skywalker saga, separate from what Rian Johnson is doing.
And you know why it has to be separate?
And why is that?
I rebel.
That exactly.
Okay, good
there you
enough.
go. Now, I mean, they want this violence. They've been saying for years they want an adult series, even though George Lucas himself has said many times that Star Wars is for children.
Okay.
Mostly. I mean, that whole dispute about trade routes and taxation, that's not exactly for kids. The beheading of Count Dooku, not exactly for kids, but it's mostly just for kids.
Right.
So I'm kind of wondering, finally, if you want dark and violent, looks like this is the way they're going to go.
Right.
Are y'all excited for this?
I just want to know. Well, there's a lot of different ways you could go with, because I'm looking at, show notes here, and they said Mandalorians, which could always work.
Yep, Mando
Knights
War.
of the Old Republic could always work.
I'm hoping.
Tales of the Jedi can work.
Yep.
Just so long as we don't have, like, Luke Skywalker's early years. There's only so much of a 90 minutes of moisture farming you can put in a movie.
Yeah, let me tell you what I don't want to see in a Star Wars movie. I don't want a Kenobi movie. I think Kenobi's gotten enough time on screen. I don't need to see him puttering around Tatooine. I really don't. He's gotten screen time in Rebels, Clone Wars, and all 6 movies prior to the Disney buyout.
With Clone Wars, it makes sense because that's pre-Episode 3.
Sure. But my point
Rebels
is that
I don't understand, but all right, whatever.
Kenobi has actually had more screen time than anybody else in the Star Wars saga.
Except Darth Vader.
And Solo. But that's coming.
No, because Darth Vader wasn't around
Or
until
Anakin
Episode 3.
Skywalker and Darth Vader.
Okay, all right. Well, that's a little bit different if you combine the two there. But so I'm done with Kenobi. I don't want to see Kenobi, and I don't want to see a Yoda movie. I don't want to see a young Yoda movie from like 500 years ago. I don't want to know where he's from. I don't want to know his species, his home world. I don't want to see him, hanging around with A.C. Slater and Kelly Kapowski in his high school years. I don't want to see that.
What about him and Yoda? Just palling around, like an E.T.?
No.
No. Why not?
No.
Gramillion, this is blasphemy you speak.
I don't want it. I don't.
You don't want to see me in movies.
No, I don't. I'm done. I don't want to see Yoda. I don't. What I want is original content with new characters that are fun, exciting, adventurous. That's what I want.
You can have
So far, the characters we've gotten out of, Rogue One.
When 900 years old you are, not exciting you will be.
Well, ain't that the truth?
how about a movie with Bob, our mascot?
There we go.
Yeah, Bob.
A Rancor movie.
The Adventures of Bob.
Or we could have a Gonk Droid movie.
Gonk,
That'd be more
Gonk,
exciting. But
Gonk.
so far, we haven't gotten that fun, adventurous movie. We didn't get it in Rogue One.
Oh God, no.
We haven't gotten it in. We kind of got it in The Force Awakens. That certainly was more fun and adventurous and exciting than The Last Jedi.
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
but adventurous as far as breaking the mold, getting out of the normal way of telling stories. The Last Jedi did that.
That's true, but it's not that New Hope kind of feeling.
Well, I will say this: I have never since the prequels came out, I have never been as excited coming out of a Star Wars movie as I was going into a Star Wars movie.
True.
It's always my excitement has always gone down.
Speaking of excitement going down, let's talk about the. I think it's time we talked about the Super Bowl. Okay, all you Tom Brady haters, he lost.
That was such a great game, though.
That was awesome.
It came down to the last set of plays.
It was the most offense in any NFL game, regular season or playoffs. Nobody could play defense in that game whatsoever.
I think that record was set last year, and then this year broke it.
This year broke it. So it was a great game. I enjoyed watching it, and of course there were lots of trailers that we got to break down here.
Trailers up the wazoo.
Now what we're going to do is we're just going to lump all the trailers together because so many came out the week after the Super Bowl. We're just going to lump all these together and just talk about them all. So let's start off by thanking our sponsor. We sponsor for this day, Lysol. Yes, I'm a big believer in Lysol, by golly, ever since I decided to go off and get sick. I've been Lysoling my house so much, I swear to God, it smells like a Lysol factory exploded. So
it's not like you chose to be sick, Dave.
Well, that's true.
Okay.
But, actually...
Nobody chooses to get sick.
Actually, I did it on purpose, and that was to demonstrate the healing power of Lysol, now found in stores near you. All right, so let's talk about the Venom trailer first. Sony gave us a Venom trailer with no Venom in it.
You saw the symbiote or something that looked like a symbiote.
Whoop-de-doo.
It's like, all right, okay, cool, whatever.
So I assume that they somehow got the symbiote after Peter Parker had it.
But when did Peter Parker have it?
After he picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Oh, God.
Okay, are they going to go with... Because they obviously can't do Secret Wars.
Well, that's true.
Are they doing the animated series route where it happened to get on the shuttle of... John,
well, there's no way for us to tell because the trailer didn't make a lot of sense. It was just explosions and Eddie Brock and you don't know who you are. Oh my God!
It could be a government experiment.
Oh, so you're saying Michael Bay's doing this movie?
Yeah, it feels like it. So once again, Sony is looking to screw up another movie. So that's Sony for you. So
right.
Venom trailer with no Venom. That was just epic. Speaking of epic, Jurassic World.
Now that looked cool.
That trailer they did a solid job on. They reincorporated some of the old. They brought in some of the new. No one's running around the park in high heels.
Not
yet. So that trailer looked pretty good. I like that one. They showed that one in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was good. I'm looking forward to that one. Okay.
Marvel. Now, Marvel released an Infinity War trailer during the Super Bowl, and you guys wasted like $5 to $10 million right there. I'm sorry, but that trailer did absolutely nothing for me. Oh, but not everyone's seen the Infinity War trailers. Not everyone's a geek.
Well, the way I look at it is like it's the biggest event on TV, and it's Marvel's way of saying, "Hey, we're here. Don't worry. We're good. We're going to keep this going." But we're looking at the real star, what everybody was looking for, too.
Liar!
Well, that was just
you
my
talked over
opinion.
my cue there, Peter.
Yeah,
sorry.
you gotta go down the notes here, pal. You gotta look at the notes.
Talked over my cue.
Darn it.
Oh, but not everyone has seen the Infinity War trailers. Not everyone is a geek.
Liar!
There we go.
Okay, now I can go back in what I was saying. It's only the biggest event on TV, and Marvel was probably just saying, "Look, we're here."
No, the biggest event on TV was what's coming up later.
The Infinity War?
No. What we're talking about at the end of the show.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Now, Marvel has ruled the box office for a decade. Little kids have seen these movies. Mom and dad have seen these movies. Everyone has seen these movies, even if you don't like Marvel movies. I'm looking at you, Jodie Foster. Even if you don't like these movies, you've seen these movies. So everybody knows Infinity War is coming, and this trailer added nothing. Ah, look, that's Loki. I know that guy. Oh, wow, look, there's Doctor Strange. He's doing a thing. Ah, Baby Groot. Woo. Big deal. Nobody cares. It didn't show us anything new. Or did it? If you look, somebody actually took a freeze frame of when Captain America is walking down a hallway or something, and someone is right behind him wearing a blue, red, and gold costume. Now, it's possible it might be the Scarlet Witch, and the gold is just kind of weird and light or whatever, but the costume sure looks like something Carol Danvers would wear as Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Now, this is different because they swore up and down, Kevin Feige swore up and down that Captain Marvel would not be in the Infinity War movie. Not going to happen. Ooh, now it just might happen. So that's the only intriguing thing that came out of that, and you had to really look to see it.
If they edit that part out for the movie, she technically was not in the movie, just in the trailer.
Very true.
Because remember, we saw stuff in the Rogue One trailers that were not in the movie.
Like 95% of the Rogue One trailers weren't in the movie.
That was before the reshoots.
I mean, that was embarrassing. There was so much in there that you could say that wasn't in the movie. That wasn't in the movie. That wasn't in the movie. The Rogue One movie was just a cluster. It was incredible. It was wow.
Oh, well.
Whoa. Oh, goodness. Now, here comes the real doozy, the Han Solo trailer. Now, hey, Goose.
Yeah?
Last week.
Yes.
Didn't you say that you were done with this film already?
I pretty much am, yeah.
Pretty much. So you saw the trailer.
I did.
Like many millions of people watching around the world. What did you think?
Eh.
Eh?
Eh.
Eh? Eh.
Eh.
Didn't light your candle, huh?
It's like my first thoughts of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Hey, that was a good series.
No, it was a good series. Yeah. It got better when Sean Patrick Flannery was the main one, and they didn't go back and forth.
Right.
Okay. But the first glance was like, eh.
Eh?
Well, get better.
Minion, what'd you think?
I still have hope for this. Now, of course, not being a huge Han cosplayer and fan,
Wow.
but I know a lot of people have complained about it. But my take on it is this: you don't like it? Okay, that's fine. Go read the Brian Daley novels, the Ansi Crispin novels. Those were younger Han characters, great adventure stories, great, and they were fine. They were fantastic. And a lot of people are complaining about the Falcon. Quit complaining about the Falcon.
Yeah,
One thing on that. Who knew smoking was allowed in the Millennium Falcon?
Oh, I knew that.
Because you look at the walls when he first got it, and you look at the walls in New Hope. There's like weird stuff happening in between there.
Okay,
Han
all
doesn't
right.
clean. He gave the cleaning lady some time off, about 10 years. So.
Let me address that for a minute. Mm-hmm. I remember back when the Age of Ultron trailer came out, and we saw Captain America's shield broken in half, and everybody flipped out because that means that Captain America's going to die. Everybody knows, yep, that's it. He's dead. Cap's going to die. Oh my God, I can't believe they're going to kill off Captain America. Mm-hmm. And it was an illusion. It was a dream put on by the Scarlet Witch. Mm-hmm. So it's entirely possible that this is a flashback to when the Falcon was first made.
Right.
Or it's a flashback to something else, or it's a dream that Han Solo was having.
So you're saying it's a Marvel Star Wars crossover?
Well, everybody has dreams. I mean, I don't know about that, but surely I think there's a reasonable explanation for the cleanliness of the Falcon early on.
It could be, and stop calling me Shirley.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the first trailer, the full trailer, was released the following day on Good Morning America. Now, it seems fun to me. The trailer, okay, all right. It didn't hit a home run with me, but it got me interested.
Right.
He doesn't quite sound like Han Solo, but then again, I just want to say that there are two words when it comes to people who want to condemn actors before they've seen them. And they're playing a certain role, and everybody says, you can't play this certain role. You just can't do it. My two words are Heath Ledger.
Chris Pratt.
Exactly.
Gal Gadot. When she first came in.
Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Now, Chris Pine doesn't look anything like Bill Shatner.
Right.
But he played a young Kirk.
That worked to his favor.
Yeah, no kidding. But you know what? If Heath Ledger can come off of Brokeback Mountain, can come off of A Knight's Tale,
The Patriot,
and turn around and play one of the best renditions of the Joker ever,
10 Things I Hate About You was also Heath Ledger.
then I'm sorry, I'm willing to give this kid a chance. I'm willing to give just about anybody a chance to play a different role that you don't think. Now, we got burned by Jared Leto. Okay. Not everyone's going to be Heath Ledger. That's okay. By the way, best commercial, got to be the series of Tide ads with David Harbour from Stranger Things.
Exactly, but don't eat the Tide.
No, don't eat the Tide, and don't follow the Crimson Tide either. But, still, the Tide ads were the best ones out there. So
Yes.
Don't forget to register at our website, getyourgeekon.org/news, so that you can go ahead and get ready for the March Madness tournament. We'll be right back here on 9:30 a.m. The Answer after this bottom of the hour news break. Welcome back from the bottom of the hour news break. This is Get Your Geek On 9:30 a.m. The Answer Talk Radio. I am Dave Gramillion, and if you missed the first half of the show, we had a trailer bonanza of a breakdown. So many trailers that came out. Venom, Jurassic World, Marvel, Han Solo, the whole 9 yards, and we broke them all down for you. We also talked about the new direction that Star Wars may be taking, thanks to a couple of writers that have come on from the Game of Thrones saga. We had some March Madness news for the very first time this year, and just how massive our prize pool is going to end up being for that one. Alrighty, so with that being said, we want to move on, and we want to start talking about something we really hadn't talked about on this show ever, and that'll be Stargate. Yes, Goose is one happy camper right about now because he just adores Stargate, and this is the first time we've had the opportunity to discuss it.
Yes, I brought the subject up many times, and it's got quashed many times.
Yeah, that's true. Well, as soon as Stargate, has something worthy to talk about, then by golly, we'll talk about it. And now we do have something worth talking about. That is Stargate Origins.
Yes.
It is the prequel to the Stargate saga. The trailer was released last week, and I was not impressed.
Well, you are just wrong.
Okay, so we're gonna start off like that. I kind of figured we'd start the small talk, maybe a couple of jokes, but you want to get into it? Okay, let's get into it.
Battle lines are drawn.
Okay, the trailer looks like hot garbage.
No, it doesn't. It looks great.
It looks like a fan made it.
Well, I'm sure the director was a fan.
The cinematography's terrible. The acting is awful.
You leave Connor Trenier alone.
No, the acting is, I would put it on par with the prequels, the Star Wars prequels, which makes sense because this is a prequel.
That's gotcha.
So I would put the acting on par with that.
You shut your mouth.
And of course, the whole purpose of Stargate is to travel to far off places, a la Star Trek, and see these new civilizations that we've never experienced before on the other side of the galaxy. And instead, we get Nazis again in the desert.
But imagine, if you will, if the Nazis got a hold of the Stargate and harnessed its power.
My God.
That would
then
be
we would
horrible.
need Indiana Jones to stop chasing the Lost Ark and get involved with this. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark again.
Who needs March Madness when we got these two?
Catherine Langford, though, has probably got to be one of the most recast characters in the entire Stargate universe.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. Now, I did watch, and I enjoyed the first Stargate movie. First of all, because it's Kurt Russell and James Spader. I will watch anything with Kurt Russell and James Spader in it.
And he has.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, what did you call that? What did you call the trailer again?
Hot garbage?
Wrong!
Yeah, that's about right. But, I mean, James Spader was fantastic. James Spader is a nerd. Was tremendous. I love that one. Kurt Russell is the military guy with the crew cut. I mean, that's Kurt Russell to a
that was
T.
Jack O'Neill with one L.
Well, that's true. With just the one.
Just the one, because we go to the series and it's Richard Dean Anderson playing Jack O'Neill with two L's.
Now, so the first movie, that was okay. I tried getting into Stargate Universe. That lasted about half. I gave it half a season.
The second season is so much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
But here's the thing that confuses me. I don't understand what they want this series to be. This series will be 10 episodes. That's 10 minutes in length.
Kind of like Sanctuary was.
Essentially, it's a 10-episode feature-length movie.
Just like Sanctuary was when it first started.
I don't know what that is.
So it's a series made by Martin Wood.
Okay.
Amanda Tapping is the star.
Okay.
And it was a web series. Then got picked up on Sci-Fi for 4 seasons.
Hooray.
So this could just be, a way to see that it can be done and done successfully, and then move on to a larger platform down the road.
So why does it look like hot garbage if they want it to do well?
Did you see Sanctuary in the first place? It was majorly green screen.
I've never even heard of it.
Okay, well, you'll have to watch it sometime. But I think this is actually going to be pretty well. It is available right now on the Stargate Command mobile app and website.
No, it's not.
Well, no, it's going to be available next week on the 15th, next Thursday.
Yeah, the 15th. You can find that on MGM's Stargate Command subscription service,
Which is only $20, and that gets you through May.
okay, which is fine. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I just no. I'm just nothing about that trailer. Literally nothing about that trailer excited me.
Well, you're just, basically you're just...
We shall see.
Yes.
It's like watching tennis with these two going back and forth.
So Brian Donahoe, part of our Facebook group, found at facebook.com/GOIGO radio, says, Hot Garbage was the Solo trailer.
That's it. I'm coming right after you, Brian. Let's have a meeting tomorrow.
Hey, that actually served a purpose. Now that was okay. But there were some lines in that trailer that were just...
There are lines
so
in every trailer
bad.
that are bad.
They're so bad. It takes me back to the days. When you're a director, how do you not hear what they're saying and say, you know what, let's try that again?
Faster and
George
more intense.
Lucas in the prequels.
George Lucas and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That whole part-time
No, that's Spielberg.
thing. Well, but
Yeah.
no, Lucas was involved.
But Spielberg was the director.
Yeah. But how do you not hear Harrison Ford say part-time and not say, hey, Harrison, let's do that again, but actually act like you care.
I think Harrison did that for the paycheck.
Yeah,
He did.
Yeah, pretty much. So can't blame him though. That's a pretty big check they dangled in front
It's
of
like,
him.
yeah, I need another plane. Oh, I got to do my Harrison Ford impression. I need another plane.
Yeah, I crashed my last plane, so I need something new.
I like what Mark Hamill said about that. I think it was at Fan Expo. It's like, Harrison wanted me to go flying with him, and I said, no.
Yeah. No, not a. Well, here's what happens. Every time Harrison Ford flies, he should have Tom Hanks with him. Because if Tom Hanks is with him, Tom Hanks knows how to fly these things now. So,
Right.
Or if you get lost, at least you'll be found. Oh no, that's Matt Damon. He's got to have Matt Damon with him, so they'll always be found.
But
Yeah, and you didn't want Tom Hanks on a plane with you back in the 90s or the early 2000s.
Oh, that's true. You want Denzel on the plane with you now.
Well,
If he's drunk.
yeah,
you know,
I was about to say, you don't want a sober Denzel.
then he can fly it. So there you go.
If all else fails, Chewie.
But still, I'll never understand how these directors don't watch these, and they don't say, let's do a different take. Let's try that again. It just boggles the mind. I don't know. Maybe you're too close to it, and you don't see. You got to have you can't see the forest for the trees, that sort of thing.
Well,
but how do you not hear some of these lines and say, yeah, that's good. Let's wrap it up. That sounded fantastic.
John-
I've got 7 words for you. Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 1.
That was just
They were getting a feeler of that.
that was
I like what John Biscardi here says.
that was
Our good friend John Biscardi. Bad Lines is a Lawrence Kasdan staple.
ooh, ouch, sick burn,
that
bro.
hurts. That hurts. a little bit.
Wow,
Ouch.
wow. Oh man. Now going back to what you were talking about there, Goose.
Yes.
What was the last one you said before John decided to cut in?
Star Trek: The Next Generation
That's right.
Season 1.
You remember the episode where they ran into McGeelum, who wanted to kill like a third of the crew off?
Oh, yeah.
And he killed off.
Say that was season 2.
the red shirt ensign.
I think it was season
I think
2.
it was season 1 when they
Okay.
did that. Yeah, that one. The way he died, he puts his hand on his head, and he just goes, "Oh."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, really, you went with that take, huh? You wanted to look that goofy? That's what you were going for? You want to throw a little comedy into the episode, I guess?
There's actually a worse episode than that.
Well, the worst episode of all
Code
time
of Honor.
No.
Oh, Code of Honor is horrible.
The worst episode for Next Generation is the flashback episode where Riker gets sick.
Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
Nah, that episode was all right.
That was the worst Next Gen. Look it up. In fact, you know what? People in the audience who watch this on our Facebook video chat, you look that up. Look up worst Next Generation episode of all time. I guarantee you it's Shades of Grey. Google it.
I'm looking at notes, and we've totally gone off subject here. So.
We have gone so far off the script here, but you know what? That's what happens when you're on so many meds. Speaking of which, this segment is brought to you by our friends over at Dayquil and NyQuil. By God, you mix those two together, you've got a cocktail of awesomeness. That's our friends over at Dayquil and NyQuil. You can find them at Walgreens and other fine mercantiles everywhere.
That's why I'm making sure I'm driving Dave home tonight.
Yeah. Very, very good there. And, how are you going to get the pink elephant in the car?
That's good enough. Just remember, I might slow down. Just remember to tuck and roll when I push
Okay,
you
all
out.
right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
So, on our
Oh.
Facebook feed, Jesse Martinez says, Code of Honor is way worse than Shades of Grey.
Google it. Google it. I'm telling you right now.
We've
Google
lost
it.
control of the show.
Google it. Worst next-gen episode of all time. Google that. It's going to be 50 Shades.
Well, I think anything in season
Shades of Grey.
I think anything in season 8 was bad.
Season 8? Aha, I see what you did there. That's okay. I thought Insurrection was pretty bad.
Well, you're just on meds, so there's that.
Well, yeah, that's probably the most rational that I'll get there. So, okay, alrighty then. So with that being said, let's move on and let's talk some DC news here, shall we? Alrighty, so there's some interesting news that came out of DC this week. According to The Wrap, a certain somebody came over to the DCEU studios to look over the Lobo script, a script that is written by the same writer that did Wonder Woman.
Good, wasn't me.
So that's good.
Right,
That's good.
good.
And that certain person who came over was none other than our very own, our beloved Michael Bay.
Spinning camera, the military, low-angle shots of people getting out of cars, glistening face wet, hot babe extras, a slow-motion helicopter, and booms.
All that and more will be in the Lobo movie.
And then the first 10 seconds.
More than likely, thanks to Michael Bay being called in to have a look at the Lobo script.
I just want to say one thing. No.
I'm sorry, who?
Hell no.
That will be none other than our very own beloved Michael Bay.
Spinning camera, the military, low-angle shots.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, and I say bring it on. But I think that Michael Bay actually makes sense for a Lobo movie.
Sorry, I just spit out my water.
No, seriously, think about it. What is Lobo other than depraved, very violent, hostile, lots of explosions, good fist fights, giant motorcycle, scantily clad women? I mean, is it just me, or does this sound like a Michael Bay movie?
No.
So
just
Peter,
no.
what you're basically saying is,
I protest. I am not a merry man.
Yes, exactly. That's, it's like, okay, just Michael Bay just needs to be just
This
banished.
movie has Bay written all over it.
Yeah, but you want...
it really does.
No.
It does. This sounds like a Bay movie.
No. I mean, look, you want DC to get better, not worse.
This sounds like a Bay movie. It's going to be a lot of
I'm sorry,
fun.
can it get worse?
I'm out of here, guys. I'm out.
It's gonna,
Did you not see Suicide Squad?
Good night, folks. I'm
Dear
out.
God.
It's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be lots of explosions,
No.
lots of violence.
No.
Come on. Maybe Megan Fox will be in it.
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
Okay,
Yeah,
well, maybe,
huh?
maybe Megan Fox.
Maybe, yeah,
But
yeah.
he's got to have penguins in his dolphins. But
A couple of
that's-
Victoria's Secret models.
He's got to
you
have his
know?
penguins and dolphins. Come on.
Penguins and dolphins.
Yeah, that's Lobo.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
thought you meant Michael Bay had to have penguins. And I'm like, did I miss that part of Pearl Harbor?
Yes, you did.
I missed the penguins in Pearl Harbor. Where did that
Hey,
come
Pearl
from?
Harbor was a great movie.
You get out. You get right out.
Notice the pause between the both of
Yes,
us.
I loved it when the guy on the battleship, the sailor on the battleship, said he couldn't swim. That was epic. When the Japanese were shooting at civilians, even though that was proven to have never happened, that was epic.
I don't forget the love story.
Oh, God.
As much as we'd like to forget it. So.
God, man, it was like George Lucas wrote the script.
And Mark Wahlberg will probably be in it.
Mark Wahlberg will be in it.
No, that's it. Just kill me now,
Or maybe
please.
that'll be Shia
Hold on.
LaBeouf's triumphant return.
Peter Cullen as the voice of Lobo.
No.
Shia LaBeouf's triumphant return.
No.
No, 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 no. Come on.
No.
How about the guy? How about the guy who did Lobo in the Superman the Animated Series? What if
Okay,
he
maybe
was-
that guy, maybe, but still.
I could see that guy doing
All
that
right,
for sure.
but- yeah, but
This thing has Bay written all over it. Now look, I don't like Michael Bay's work. I don't, but you know what? It just sounds perfect for him.
those meds are kicking in yet, haven't they?
No, I actually agree. This would be a great Michael Bay movie.
Because he coughed right in your direction. You're just getting sick.
Well, that must be it. I'm telling you, I think I can totally see Michael Bay doing this.
Kill me now. Stop the world. I want to get off.
Oh, God. On another note, so I guess we'll go ahead and move off this topic before Peter has an aneurysm or something.
Too late.
Something like that. The synopsis for Shazam came out.
Ooh, okay.
And this was interesting. A lot of people are saying that this is going to be the typical fun comic book movie, which is not something that we've heard from DC early on.
Wonder Woman.
Not so much fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was fun.
Okay.
Exciting.
I wouldn't say that on us. But
a roller coaster of emotion.
Yeah.
Are we leading into a song there? Sounds
No,
like
we're
getting
not.
ready to have a musical number or something.
No.
All right, so
I don't think I have sweet emotion on.
So here's the
my
basic
library.
synopsis. I got this from avclub.com. And they said, quote, "We all have a superhero inside us. It just takes a bit of magic to bring that out.
I like that.
In Billy Batson's case, by shouting out one word, which is Shazam,
Right.
this streetwise 14-year-old foster kid can turn into the adult superhero Shazam, courtesy of an ancient wizard," which follows the formula. That's what happened in the comics. Still a kid at heart, inside a ripped, godlike body. It's Zachary Levi, so, okay.
Well, that only means one thing. That body is.
It's a fake.
I'm sure he'll put in time at the gym. Chris Evans did the same thing. So, Shazam revels in the adult version of himself by doing what any other teen would do with superpowers. Have fun with them. Can he fly? Does he have X-ray vision? Can he shoot lightning out of his hands? Can he skip his social studies test? Shazam sets out to test the limits of his abilities with the joyful recklessness of a child. But he'll need to master those powers quickly in order to fight the deadly forces of evil controlled by Dr. Thaddeus Sivana.
All right, they're going with Dr. Savannah this time, and not Black Adam.
So basically, it's big with superpowers. Think about it.
Well, it's big that can control the transformation.
Yes, that's true. But it's the adult with the teenager at heart who has superpowers who's playing out the adult.
Okay, let's be honest. If we had superpowers, we'd be teenagers at heart too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I think the DC, and we've been saying this for a while now. That's what the DCEU needs: a fun, simple, adventurous story.
There's a lot you can do with it. There's a lot of directions. You could do a fish out of water.
Yeah.
For him, as a kid, and as Shazam, and still a kid at heart.
And the arc that this guy can have. He's going to be an obnoxious teenager superhero in an adult body to start with. But by the time he shows up a few years down the road, then he's going to be in control, and you'll get to say, look how far he's come when he's over there pummeling Darkseid.
Right.
And, whatever they're going to call the next Justice League movie that will have Darkseid in it. So I can see that. So it's big, but with superpowers. I'm digging that.
I'm intrigued by this.
I'm digging it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. Now what?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Now what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nah, come on. Let's hear it.
No.
Don't keep it to yourself.
Brian Donahoe, part of our Facebook chat, wrote, "That's what she said. Big with superpowers."
Good night, everybody. There we go.
And on that note.
And that's why I didn't want to say it.
Okay, thank you, Brian. I'm going to talk to you at the meeting tomorrow.
Y'all meet on Sundays?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I might just go to his place and just where he works and just bother him. Just follow him around. Like, what was that with that quote? Come on.
What, are you kidding me here?
Come
now,
on.
Now, Shazam
Thanks, Brian.
is slated to be released April 5th, 2019, which is only a few months prior to Justice League Part 2. That comes out June 5th, 2019.
Very
so
good.
This is going to be interesting. I have high hopes for a Shazam film. I really do. I've always liked the character since the beginning. I mean, literally the beginning when he's over there, kicking Dr. Sivana around in the old comics. Mm-hmm. I've loved him then. I love him now. And I have high hopes that he's going to be hopefully an uptick for what the DCEU really needs.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for.
It'll be good.
We'll see what happens.
Let's see.
Alrighty. So with that being said,
yes.
Let's go ahead and move on. We're going to discuss our Zero and Hero of the Week. Alrighty. Finally, we're getting some good sounds out of this. It took us a week to kind of figure things out, but that's good. I like that one. All right, so our hero and zero of the week. Let's start off with our hero. On February 20th, the nonprofit Phoenix Leadership Foundation will be taking more than 700 Metro Atlanta students from 14 different schools to see Black Panther.
Woohoo!
That's awesome. You figure how much money they're plopping down for that? Holy cow.
Very nice.
Well, that's awesome. Now, I know that my wife was talking about, there's another organization that's doing that, and I think I read there are a couple of more in New York. I think they're taking kids from Queens or Harlem to go see Black Panther for free, which is cool. But this is 700 Metro Atlanta students from 14 different schools to go see Black Panther.
That is so cool.
Now, if you want to be a sponsor, you can sponsor a student for just $25, and that'll help cover their transportation, their food, their ticket price, the whole 9 yards. You can go to www.atlantawakanda.org, and you'll see right there on their homepage, you can see how you can sponsor a student. I think that's really cool.
That's very neat.
I like that idea.
I'm really curious to see how the movie will turn out, but I like when they do something like this. We had Roberto Trevino, the city councilman for San Antonio, on, and he routinely takes kids out to go see Star Wars movies, or he'll host a movie night at his office, something like that. So that's very cool. I like how they stand up and do that. All right, which unfortunately leads us to our 0 of the week. Let's go ahead and cue that up.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Now, this week we had quite a few candidates.
And the Facebook chat has nominated some people, too.
Yes, unfortunately, it seems like the Facebook chat, they want Michael Bay to be the 0 of the week.
Thank you. Sending you all some stuff.
So now you're going to go bother Brian?
Yeah.
Okay, because he agrees with that.
Okay.
Michael Bay
Okay. Well, he's off. Okay. He's off the hook.
But for me, I think it has to be NBC.
Oh gosh,
NBC.
That was insane.
I mean, this is the event of events. More people watch the Super Bowl than anything else.
Except this show.
Well, that's very true. That's very true. This is the time. This is your showcase to the world. And when a 30-second commercial costs $5 million, which is why we didn't advertise there, you'll find it very interesting that they had 30 seconds of dead air. Just a black screen. No audio, no video, just a black screen, which I thought maybe it was just, the TV I was watching it on, but then everybody started chiming off saying what is going on. NBC is definitely our 0 of the week on that one. How do you do that? How do you have 30 seconds of dead air in the Super Bowl?
So here, if there's 30 seconds of dead air, lights flash, alarm sound, it's pandalarium.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder what happened.
And how many promos did they run for NBC stuff, too?
Too many.
My gosh, could they not sell actual ads for
Makes
that?
you wonder, because how many times did we see what's it called, This Is Us?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did we see a promo for that?
And Cloverfield Paradox.
And Cloverfield. Well, that
actually
Netflix
was bought, but this Is Us and the other NBC programs like...
Scott Kellis says in our Facebook chat on facebook.com/GYGO Radio, Michael Bay directed the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't, because there would have been more explosions and...
Well, did you see Philadelphia after the Super Bowl?
That's what he directed, right there.
He directed the celebration afterwards.
That's true, and for sure, if Michael Bay had directed the Super Bowl halftime show, which I wasn't that impressed with either. I mean, Justin Timberlake looked like he was going through the motions. Well, we can tell you for sure what a Michael Bay halftime show would look like. It would have certain tropes in it, such as
spinning camera, the military, low-angle shots of people getting out of cars, glistening face wet, hot babe extras, a slow-motion helicopter, and booms.
I think the halftime show had most of that, actually.
It didn't have the helicopter.
That we know of.
I didn't see the hot babe extras.
Well, they were in the crowd.
Well, they're always in the crowd.
With the one kid who was like on the phone.
Well, no,
oh my God, that was so embarrassing.
That's technically an extra. When they're in the crowd.
He was googling who is this guy?
Yeah, I know. It looked like they were trying to take the selfie, but he couldn't figure out how to work the camera, so they had to do it twice. You can almost see Justin Timberlake is like, "Can we get out of here already? I'm tired of this." Oh my God. Oh, that was not.
But it was nice for Michael Bay to direct the Philadelphia riot of 2018.
That's true. That's very true. And sadly, Philadelphia didn't burn the city down like I thought they would.
Right.
But they did rip seats out of their stadium. They wrecked their own stadium.
You could go to like the souvenir store and pick up stuff. It's not that bad. The seats aren't that great. Trust me, I work at the 8. Never mind.
They broke into the stadium. They got past the fences, broke in there, and ripped seats out of the stadium.
That's crazy, man.
And now they've said that they're going to like collect a fund or a Kickstarter to help repair the place. But
so I think Zero should also go to the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah. Well,
okay, because like when the Spurs win, we don't do this.
No, of course not.
No, we
actually have class and dignity, something that Philadelphia itself doesn't have.
You know, if Detroit actually won anything, the city's already on fire. So
yeah. There's not much left to burn down. There's just not much left in Detroit whatsoever.
To loot.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my goodness. Alrighty then. That'll go ahead and that'll wrap it up here. If you do want to shoot us a tweet, you can find us at GYGO_radio. You can always send me an email at davethehost@getyourgeekon.org. For Goose, for Minion, and for myself, I want to thank our sponsors, Laser Legend and The Mailing Spot. I want to thank you for listening. Head on over to getyourgeekon.org and subscribe. That way you get the latest news sent right to your inbox, and you are already set up for when our March Madness tournament begins. Be excellent to each other, and make sure to get your geek on every single day. Good night, everybody.